What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, what's going on in the United States, what's going on in Washington, D.C., money, investing, and pretty much everything you need to know about. There is a lot going on here in the United States and also in Afghanistan. We're going to talk about the developing situation as well as new information on the next stimulus package, rental assistance, and pretty much a lot going on here with everything. So let's jump right in because we got a lot to cover. Let's go. It has now been confirmed that the situation in Afghanistan, the new bombing, suicide bomber, 12 U.S. service members have now been killed, 15 wounded in the attack at the Kabul airport, the Pentagon has confirmed. You can see here the Pentagon on Thursday confirmed that at least 12 U.S. service members have been killed and 15 wounded after two suicide bombers have detonated explosives near the Kabul airport in Afghanistan. U.S. Marine General Kenneth McKenzie, the commander of the U.S. Central Command, says a number of Afghan civilians were also killed, but a number was not able to be provided with a precise number. Here is Congressman Jason Crow, a U.S. Army veteran, actually a Army Ranger, with some perspective on this. I seen this interview and I thought it was a very interesting perspective. Check this out.
Well, I'm grieving and mourning along with all of America for the loss of these Marines, the corpsmen, and obviously those who were injured. We will be there for their families as we must for all of our servicemen and women that we lose, and we have to focus on getting the mission done. Is the bottom line. During my time in Afghanistan, we lost soldiers. We have lost over 2,400 men and women over the last 20 years. And every time we've lost one of those men and women, they were on a mission. And we didn't stop the mission. We got it done because we're the United States of America. We don't allow terrorists and others to stop us from performing our duty and our mission. We keep going, and that's what we're going to do, and we're going to get the job done.
These explosions, these terrorist attacks come at the tail end of a war that's gone on for 20 years. What do you think is the appropriate response from President Biden when it comes to these attacks?
Well, first of all, I know that President Biden is a man of heart and compassion and empathy, and he's going to do what every commander-in-chief should do, and that is express remorse and to grieve with America and with the families for those that we lost today. That's number one. Number two, what I hope that he does is say that we will be resolute and we will get the job done. The mission is not over until we get American citizens out and we get our partners out. That is the new mission. We ended our combat operations. We ended the 20-year war. But now we have a new mission in the next days and weeks ahead, and that is to make sure we don't leave people behind. The United States of America should not and must not leave anyone behind.
Democratic Senator Mark Warner, who chairs the Senate Committee on Intelligence, he said even though he's been getting updates about the terrorist attacks, he has a lot of questions about why the U.S. was not better prepared. You're on the House Intelligence Committee as well as Armed Services. Do you have those same questions, or as an Army veteran, do you think this is just inherently a dangerous job, even if the U.S. didn't really leave the perimeter?
Yeah, Jake, both of those things can be true and are true. I'm looking at this both as a perspective of an Army Ranger and a combat veteran with over 100 combat missions under my belt. This is risky stuff. This is dangerous stuff, and it's imperfect. And yes, sometimes we do the best possible job we can, and we still lose great people. At the same time, I'm a member of Congress, and I have an independent obligation, independent of this administration, as a member of the Intelligence Committee and the Armed Services Committee, to ask the tough questions. I will never be a rubber stamp, because that's not what I swore my oath to be. I will ask tough questions, I will perform oversight, and we will do that. But the American people are sophisticated enough to understand that in situations like this, both things can be true. That we could have done a great job and everything possible and possibly still taking casualties. And that's the answer we're going to try to get as members of Congress.
One of the things that we're doing a documentary about Afghanistan all 20 years, and one of the things that I've really seen close up while doing this documentary is the fact that after the mission of defeating al-Qaeda was done, everything that the United States presidents and congressmen and generals have asked our service members to do in Afghanistan has been almost impossible. I mean, it is an impossible situation to put U.S. service members at the airport and say, rescue all these people, don't leave the perimeter, and we can't have any of you lose your lives.
Yeah, it is almost impossible sometimes. You know, I left the service in 2006, took my uniform off, and I finished as an Army Ranger. I was a paratrooper with 82nd Airborne Division, did 3 combat tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. And I don't think a day goes by where I don't think about the decisions that I've made and second guess myself and wondering what could I have done better, what could I have done differently, because we're asking 18, 19, 20-year-old men and women to put on a uniform and to grab a rifle and do just extraordinary things under terrible, terrible circumstances. And there often is not a right and clear answer. It's very easy for people to sit in the comfort of their living room and to second guess that or to sharpshoot the answers or say what they think they need to do. But when you're sitting there on the ground, when there's yelling and screaming and gunfire and explosions, it's very, very hard. And that's why as a member of Congress now, I ask those tough questions because we have an obligation to make sure that we are only committing our men and women when the mission is clear, when we are asking the tough questions, when we're conducting that oversight. And the fact of the matter is we allowed this to go 20 years without the tough debates about this war and what that mission was.
Yeah, so I think that he's a pretty awesome guy there, Representative Jason Crow. You can let me know your thoughts. A former Army Ranger. Seems like we need more of guys like him in Congress, not necessarily former Army Rangers, but seems like a pretty stand-up guy, pretty reasonable guy. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments. But yeah, President Biden's approval rating has dropped dramatically since the Afghanistan situation. It's weird because in polls, the vast majority of Americans think that we should be pulling out of Afghanistan, but only 25%, based on recent polls, of people agree with President Biden's withdrawal strategy. And I think a lot of the problems are with a lot of the equipment, especially that they've left behind. Billions and billions and billions of dollars of equipment have been left there, and now lives lost in Afghanistan. Yeah, it's a tragic situation. And honestly, I just seen the president speak, and I think that there's a lot more risk in the next few days of attacks. So yeah, this recent one has just been claimed by ISIS-K, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens again. And honestly, this has been at least 3 presidents now that have been wanting to pull out of Afghanistan. I mean, President Biden, former President Trump, and Obama. And remember, President Trump withdrew troops from 15,500 all the way down to 2,500 troops. When Biden came in, there was down to 2,500 troops when President Biden came in. So, of course, I don't know. It's just a very, very tough situation. I think that and really this attack is really why we want to not be there for many, many more years, because the longer we're there, the more attacks like this that are going to happen over time. But the president did say in his speech that we will be retaliating. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on that. Now, a new report came out in the last 24 hours yesterday. Roughly 90% of the federal stimulus money for rent assistance aid is still untapped, according to the Treasury. Yeah, renters have only received 11% of stimulus aid, and the latest eviction ban could end before they get the rest. But apparently, the money is now starting to go out a little bit quicker. Yeah. So I'll get to this here in a second on how you can claim this money. But more than 1 million families will likely face eviction before Halloween. Yeah. You can see here on this article, the best thing about the new eviction moratorium that goes until October 3rd and is currently being challenged by the Supreme Court is it gives more time for rent relief. By the way, if you're a landlord, you might want to tell your tenants to apply for rent assistance if they're behind on rent, because the money goes to the landlord. It goes to, it goes to the landlord, the money who the rent is owed to. You can see here when the federal eviction moratorium lapsed on July 31st, again, they've just re-extended it again out a slightly different way, that more than 11.4 million Americans were behind on rent. That's a lot of people. 11.4 million Americans are behind on rent. Brace for the possibility of being kicked out of their homes as the Delta variant surged across the country. Congress had closed for recess previously without acting, and the White House insisted that the CDC didn't have the legal authority to extend the moratorium. Well, of course, we know that they actually found a way to extend the moratorium anyways, and then now it's being challenged again, and the Supreme Court is expected to rule on this any day now. It's actually being challenged in the Supreme Court, and I'll keep you updated. They actually could have a ruling here any day within the next few days in the Supreme Court. The current eviction moratorium is until October 3rd, and it's expected to cover over 90% of renters that are behind on rent, which, as you can see there, could be over 11 million people. That's a lot of people. So here's how you can actually receive. There's over almost $50 billion of rent assistance where you can actually get your rent paid from the third stimulus check package. You can get your rent paid up to 12 months or even more in some cases of rent assistance. There's also utility assistance available for this. And this is one of the stimulus provisions that could be included in the next stimulus package. There could be more rent assistance, there could be more utility assistance, like the internet assistance that we actually just covered in the last video, I think that was, that $50 off internet assistance and phone assistance, phone bill assistance that you can get from getbroadband.org from that third stimulus check package. But you can get your rent paid for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or even more. We have had literally thousands of people comment throughout the months or weeks on this channel saying, yes, Jimmy, I got 3 months of rent assistance. I got 6 months of rent assistance. I got 12 months of rent assistance. I have seen people comment that they have gotten $5,000 of rent assistance, $10,000 of rent assistance, or even over $15,000 of rent assistance because there's been multiple different rounds of rent assistance. This particular round has only had about 10 or 11% of rent assistance. There's been previous rounds of rent assistance from the first stimulus check package, and there's been multiple different cities and states that did their own rounds of rent assistance when cities and states got their own sets of money. Right now, remember, states and cities have $350 billion that they can actually use for their own set of rent and mortgage assistance or utility assistance. But here's how you can apply, because remember, there's like 90% of the money or 89% of the money is available. So pretty much all 50 states have rent assistance and possibly even utility assistance, maybe even some property tax assistance available right now, or even mortgage assistance. So in the description of this video, I'm going to put some links down below in the description. So you can go there after this video, finish watching the video so you know what I'm talking about. If you're on a mobile phone, you might need to click the down arrow next to the title to kind of open up the description. If you're on a mobile phone, you got to kind of like click the title and there's like a little down arrow and it kind of opens up the description to find the links, okay? That's kind of how you open up and find the description, if that makes sense. But I'm going to put some links like this. So this is an official government website, U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. This is going to have some state information for all the states. So I'm just going to pick some random states here. I'll pick California just because it has the most population. Again, I'm going to have all the states here, okay? And you can see here they have all sorts of information here on how to find rent assistance, okay? These, again, just random states here. I'll pick Ohio. I'm from Ohio. And you can see here they're going to have different rent assistance. In fact, this particular website doesn't really look that great here. but I have several different ones here that have rent assistance. I'm going to put like 3 or 4 different links here in the description, okay, that you can find here. So, this link here, I have like 3 or 4 different links here. So what you're going to need to do is after this, take like an hour and go through this, okay? Because again, if this means $5,000 in rent assistance or $10,000 in rent assistance or $15,000 in rent assistance, all these states in blue mean you can get it. So these red dots here for each state mean these are additional like city or county wide rent assistance programs. So if you have a state here like Montana that doesn't, or Wyoming, just because you don't have a red dot, that doesn't mean anything because all the states have it, okay? All these red dots are additional county or city programs as well. So I'll have several different links here for you guys in the description of this video. And another link I'll have for you guys is actually on the Treasury's website, treasury.gov, where you can go and look up each state. So here, like Florida, you can actually go and look up by county. Again, I'm just picking a random state. I'm not like favoring any state. I can't, look up each state here by, in this time. I only have a certain amount of time for each video. But just, here, Orlando, Florida, you can click on each particular state and boom, this is just an example here. Orlando, Florida, boom, you can get rent assistance. The city of Orlando alone, just as an example here, $8.6 million just for the city of Orlando, okay? And again, just to go back here, there's all these different cities or counties in Florida, okay? Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, literally every single state has rent assistance available. So this will take you a little bit of time, okay? So you can do this tonight, you can do it tomorrow, whenever you have time. You might need to get on a waiting list. But again, if this gets you $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 of rent assistance, you'll be thanking me later. This is like way, way, way more money than, say, a $1,400 third stimulus check. This is something you can easily do while we're waiting for the next stimulus package, okay? Remember that when we talk about stimulus packages, this is from the third stimulus check package. This is something really, really awesome, okay, guys? Because when we think about the third stimulus check package, and I'll bring this list up while I'm talking, because these are all the things they're deciding on or discussing for the next stimulus package. And a lot of these things were in the last stimulus package. We talk about utility assistance was in the last stimulus package. Rent assistance was in the last stimulus package. These things could be in the next stimulus package. SNAP assistance, food assistance was in the last stimulus package. They just did a 25% increase, permanent, literally is going to go on forever. Internet assistance was in the last stimulus package. Literally thousands of our viewers are getting $50 off per internet, or per internet. Per internet. I guess that makes sense. Per month on your cell phone bill or your internet bill. Again, you can get that by going to Get Broadband. I'll just bring it up for you. GetEmergencyBroadband.org. GetEmergencyBroadband.org. You can get $50 off per month your broadband home internet service, $75 off per month if your home is on a tribal land, or $100 off laptop, tablet, or desktop computer discount. And you apply right here on the website, okay? This is a third stimulus check package stimulus provision. All these type of funky programs are from the third stimulus check package. There's going to be all sorts of programs like this, funny type of little programs that can provide you $50 per month are going to be probably in this next package, okay? There's a lot more than just the main stimulus check. This is what I want you guys to remember when they pass this next stimulus program, okay? When they pass this next stimulus package, there's going to be all sorts of things that we're going to have to talk about, guys. There's 26 items on this list right here that could be internet assistance, $50 per month. There could be tax credits for adults. There could be tax credits for children. Well, they have actually said there's going to be probably tax credit for children, extension, and tax credits for adults. We just don't know exactly how they're going to work yet, okay? There could be utility assistance. There could be internet assistance. That could be even more money for internet assistance, or it could just keep going on for longer. They could add more money to the pot for the internet assistance, so it could keep going on for a longer amount of time. That would be great, right? I mean, let that $50 off your internet bill or your cell phone bill. Let that keep going on forever, right? That's a pretty awesome little stimulus provision. If you got that, right, $50 per month, that thing's pretty awesome, right? If you agree with me, right? If you got it, I understand not everybody gets it. I don't get to pick and choose who gets it, so I if you didn't get it, I'm sorry. I I'm just happy for people who gets it, right? I'm happy for the people who get the SNAP increase. I'm happy for people that get the student loan forgiveness. I'm happy for people that get the utility assistance. I'm happy for anybody who gets anything, right? I'm just here advocating for all you guys, right? I'm happy for anybody who gets anything, right? I'm here just happy for our community, right? I'm just a happy guy, right? I'm here just trying to help anybody get any assistance that is available for anybody. I'm just trying to help you guys out. So that's the moral of the story here. I'm a happy guy trying to help you guys out with anything that is available. And honestly, this next stimulus package, there's 26 things in here, and there's probably going to be a lot of things that are available after they pass this next package. So I know there's going to be a lot of Debbie Downers here from this next package. Sorry if your name is Debbie, but after they pass this next package, there's probably going to be a lot of people that say, "Oh, well, this wasn't included, and that wasn't included, and this wasn't included, and that wasn't included." But honestly, whatever is included in this next package, let's look at the package as the glass half full, because there's going to be a lot that is included. And honestly, if we look at these 4 green items, there's already 4 green items that have just been passed in the last like 2 weeks. And there's going to be a lot of things that are included in this next package. And then whatever's not included in this next package will probably just be included in the next package after that. Because there's probably going to be 2 or 3 more major stimulus packages after this until the next midterm election, which is in November 2022. And remember, when they do pass this next major package, which remember the stimulus packages are getting larger, not smaller. This next package is going to be $3.5 trillion. I mean, it might get a little bit smaller, a little bit larger, smaller, larger. They're going to negotiate on it, right? But there's going to be all sorts of little different nooks and crannies like internet assistance, rent assistance. Who knows what's going to be in there? SNAP assistance. Again, I don't even know because again, when they craft this bill, it's going to be thousands of pages. And after they pass the bill, we could be finding out about this internet assistance. That internet assistance, I don't even think we found out about that until like weeks after. I mean, my memory's a little bit foggy on that, but let me know in the comments. But I don't think we found out about that internet assistance until like way after they passed that bill. It just kind of like came about like, hey, by the way, this new program just opened, and it was kind of like tucked in there. Like maybe we heard about it, but like nobody really knew about it until it like opened up and it was like a big headline. And thank God we found out about it because literally probably tens of thousands of our viewers got that. So there's going to be a lot of different programs like that probably in this next package. So once this package passed and the dust settles and a lot of people are happy, a lot of people are complaining because it's just kind of how it is with all these packages. The checks weren't enough, or the checks were too big, or the checks were only for children, or this thing wasn't included, or that thing wasn't included. And once the dust kind of settles and we kind of go through the details of what's in the package, then we'll kind of be pulling out these kind of like little nooks and crannies of, oh, hey, look at this little kind of provision in here we found out that says, oh, there's $50 per month internet credit in there. Or, oh, look at this extra Medicare benefit that we found out that is going to say this is going to be for 25 million people that this Medicare benefit's going to work for. We're going to find out all sorts of like little things like that. So it'll probably take us some time to kind of weed through these details because this package is going to be thousands of pages and how it's all going to work and stuff like that. But we'll get through it and figure it all out. So let me know your thoughts. I'll keep you up to date with everything. Make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. Click the bell icon after subscribing to all notifications to get reminder notifications when we go live, which is every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also share this video down below with your friends and family. There's a share button down there. You can share this link with your friends and family so that they know about our channel and they know about the next stimulus package, which is going to be the largest stimulus package ever. You can click this video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is our new family channel. We just created a YouTube channel for my son, Julian, 3-year-old son, our little family channel called Julian's Adventures. You can watch his new video called Julian's Adventures, or you can watch it again if you have already watched it. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and we will see you in the next video.